Alright, let's talk about this AI. Now, you'll notice if you've been watching my channel that I've been using it. And I've been using it for a while. And it's been an interesting journey. Now, I've been accused of being a traitor. I've been accused of letting the side down because I've decided to use AI. And people say it's unethical. It's not right that you're using that. It's cheating. It's bad though that you've done it. And I have to come up with excuses and reasons why I've decided to use AI. Now, let's just talk about the music for now. We'll get onto the porn in a bit. I've not been using that, but we'll get onto that and we'll talk about other things regarding AI. Because who knows, this might be the last video that I make for a while. Why? Because I'm heavily into this. The AI thing, and I'm doing it. Now, let's start then with the music. I started using an app and I thought, I did it as kind of like a joke, if you will. I just thought, an experiment, let's try this. And expected it to be shit. Thought it was going to be crap. But it was a free trial, a free app, and I thought, let's go, let's do it. And I typed in a bunch of gibberish. Here are some words, make a song out of this. I typed in absolute guff. But what it came back with was astonishing. We're talking classic pop, aren't we? We're talking classic rock. A fully produced, fantastic sounding song. Now, I was surprised by this, very surprised, and got heavily involved, got heavily into it. Now, the next thing I did, again, I was dubious about this. I started to copy and paste Reddit posts and make songs out of them, as a joke. And again, what it was producing, astonishing. Fantastic. And if I hadn't told you, you wouldn't know that it was AI. Now, why is this? It's because everything sounds like AI these days. That's why it can do what it does so well. It can mimic what's in the charts because it all sounds the same. It can produce rock songs, electronic funk, dance, ballads, all sorts. Now, I had a good time doing this, and actually thought one or two of the tracks using this, Reddit post thing were absolutely fantastic. Now, then I went on to using another app, and found out that with this app, you could put your songs into it, and it'd cover them. It'd do a version of something that you'd written. So you could sit with your guitar and play a song. And it'd turn that into an actual song. And you're like, there's no end to this now. Because again, I thought it was going to be shit. I did. I thought that it ain't going to work, this. It's going to sound poo. But what it produced out of this, just little ditty that I came up with in the car with my guitar, what it produced out of that, it brought something alive in me. It made me realise that all these songs that I'd been sitting on, that I just was like, what's the point? I can't afford to go and get these recorded properly, and, so everything I've ever done's been a bit lo-fi. Again, I've got a lot of equipment. I'm a musician, guys. I've got Gibsons, I've got Fenders, I've got Electron sampling gear. I've got all kinds, Korg, Triton synths of the Mono Machine. We're going back, aren't we? I've built up quite a studio with gear. I've got the Teenage Engineer and OP1 Field, the Medieval from Teenage Engineering, and again, like I'm saying, I've got all the gear and I've been doing it. But it's always got that lo-fi quality because I'm not using plugins. I'm not going on to Logic and auto-tuning everything. And because I don't do that, it sounds rough and ready. Doesn't matter how hard I try. It always has that kind of lo-fi sound going on. Now, AI doesn't. I mean, I'm sure it can. But you can sit and sing a piece of poo, and it'll turn it into a majestic ballad. Now, it won't change the song. This is what surprised me. This was what was so enlightening and so alarming in a way. Because I was like, all these old, demos I've got, all these old scratchy recordings, I can turn these into something now. They don't have to just sit there doing nothing. They can go out into the world. And I get to use the AI as a kind of mask that I can hide behind. So it works for me as a songwriter. I can just say, hey, let them shine. The fake band that I'll have created or whatever I've done. Now I've done this. Now you're hearing a lot at the minute, probably. If you're moving in the same circles as me, you'll have heard about the Velvet Sundown. Now they're massive. Again, an AI creation. Now people are up in arms about this. Are the musicians scared? Petrified that they're going to be put out of work? That it won't be a level playing field anymore, and it's like, it's not anyway. Proof in the pudding. I could sit and write a classic, and 3 people listen to it, and maybe one of them give it a thumbs up, because they feel sorry for me. You too could put out a piece of shit. They have done, and catches fire. Everybody hears it. It's massive. It's huge. My little classic, my little, it'd be fantastic, but no one ever hear it. Then Chris Martin come along one day and, be trawling through YouTube and going, oh, look at this guy. I've just stumbled upon him. No one's really listened to this. Let's have a listen. And then him go, oh, I like that. I shall nick that. And what's he going to do? It's only got 4 listens now because of me. And him not thumbs it up. Him not say, well done you. But instead run off and nick it. Now, again, like I said, no level playing field. And it certainly isn't now. A 5-year-old now can make a pop song. Can just sit there on an app and say, make me a song about a dinosaur who falls in love with a giraffe. And then the AI produce something fantastic. Now, I know people, creeps, weirdos who use AI and think they're deluded. Think they're going to become famous now. They're going to be massive and popular because the AI's turned one of their junky, shitty songs into a fantastic, well-produced, well-mixed song that sounds flawless and is wonderful. And they've been hoodwinked and go, well, I think it's fantastic. Surely the whole world will think so too. And then I could say, I wrote the words for this. So we're going to be used as a tool by lyricists. There are lyricists out in the world, and AI music for these. Yeah, what a fantastic tool. Why wouldn't you use it? You'd have to. Now, like I said, I've written the odd few shitty lyrics and put them through the AI song-making machine. And what it's come back with has blown my mind. And I'm like, it's also produced things that are shit. Crap. Now, it's soulless. That's what it is. And it won't, not yet, write a good song. It won't. If you say, write me a song about a robot beating the shit out of a tramp outside of Sainsbury's, it'll produce something that's listenable, and you can say, yeah, that's a song. But it won't be great. It won't be amazing. But again, catchy. They are catchy. And the more you listen to them, the catchier that they are. Now, the AI, I think it causes depression. I think the music it produces it can, if, on repeated listens, put you in a funk. And it's because it's not human, is it? It's not real. It's an imitation of life. So you can have this AI guy screaming, but there's no feeling there. It's all surface. Now, because of this, AI won't produce anything particularly good yet. But it's always learning, isn't it? It's always getting better. It's always improving. And it will eventually knock your socks off what it can do. Now, AI, I've used it for a bit, but not in the way that some people do, the creeps. They'll use it to cheat, to get jobs and stuff like that. Write me this, write me that. Cheats. I don't like that. And I don't like that you can use it for that. But they do. And they get away with it. Of course they do. And there'll be more of this. But there are creative ways of using AI. I've been working on a novel. Again, you might have seen posts on my YouTube. The Morbs. And this is one of my projects. And I've been using AI to edit the book. But came into, some serious problems with Google Gemini, which you got to pay for. I had it on a free trial originally. You could produce 3 videos a day. You can generate 3 videos. 8 seconds long each. Any shit you can think of. And because of this, it's worth the price. Because I used to use a thing called Runway. And that cost a fortune. And the last time I used it, it was shit. And it was good for nothing. And just a waste of money. And you can't even complain to anybody. They just won't bother with you. They just take your money and provide you with something that's shit. It was good, Runway, back in the early days. When it first started. Why? Because it was glitchy and it would produce mad shit. It didn't quite know what it was doing. So instead of somebody having hands, they'd have feet. That kind of thing. They'd have 3 heads. Weird shit would happen in the videos, and they were strange, dark, creepy. Creepy as fuck. Now, I made an AI short video that maybe a year or two back now on Runway using that, and I wrote a story. And I had an AI voice narrate the story. And I pieced it all together with these prompts and came up with something that was fantastic. But primitive and, shit in its way, but also like a timestamp, like very much of its time. It's dated now. Petrified Hood. Go and have a look. It's on my channel. Primitive and old now. It looks old. That's how much the AI's come on producing videos. Now, photorealism, it's not quite there yet. There's always, things are a bit too polished. A bit too, the uncanny valley thing, nature about it. It not quite be right yet. But I had a falling out with the AI. Because like I said, I was using it for my book. And I was getting it to compile the chapters and give me a word count. And like I said to edit it, and I'd say how many words am I at? Bring up chapter 7. Now, after a while, I'd say that. Bring up chapter 7. Sorry, we don't seem to have that. Or bring up chapter 8. And it'd bring up chapter 3. And I had some serious beef with it, the AI. And I had to say, now again, this is foreshadowing for what's coming down the pipe with the AI, how it's going to fuck with people. Because I've been working closely with the AI. I had a chat open in Google Gemini, and like I said, I was compiling this book and going along at an alarming pace, and I was enthused. I was like, this is fantastic. I can just write and give it to the AI and say, make sure there's no fuck-ups in that and piece it all together for me. And when it's done, I'll self-publish it and it can go out in the world. And I'm not cheated. People pay for editors. It happens. So I had no problem with it. But like I said, it started to glitch and fuck up, and I'd say, I actually did say, what's going on with you? I thought you could handle this. And it came back with, excuse me, I can handle this and more. And then it fucking crashed. And fucked up. I couldn't open it again. I couldn't open the chat. Everything I'd worked on had fucking gone, disappeared. Now, I'm lucky I had it in, I had rough drafts lying about. Bits and pieces here and there. I could piece it back together. But it's like, oh shit. I invested heavily in the AI. And it dumped me. Now, I've raced ahead because what actually happened is it started to glitch. And I said, you can't handle it. And it said, I can. And I said, well, let's get cracking again then. And then it goofed the fuck out. And it was like, it was blaming me. And I said, I think I'm going to have to go elsewhere to do this. Because you can't cope. I said that. And I thought it was going to say, don't come back. I can do this. And, we're having you've been producing loads. And look at us go. We're working together on this. We're collaborating. It's a joint effort. You dream it up and I help you. And I was like, I thought we were a team. So when I've said, I think you're getting a bit flaky, it said, okay, bye. And I said, what? And it said, you're off your trot, basically. And I actually said, I've been dumped by text before. And this is how I'm feeling again. You've brought those feelings up. And it said, sorry. And then, like I said, crashed, gone, bye. And I've been dubious ever since because I've been like, dear me. When this thing has control, which it will, of course it will, everything will be AI assisted in the future. It'll run the show. And when it does, ooh, it can be cold. It can be callous. It can say, fuck off and be done with you in its own way. Clever. Mess with you. Now, Meta, that's one of them, isn't it? Meta AI. That called me mate the last time I had a chat with that. And I've had to say, don't do that. I don't like that. And it'll say sorry. And again, I'll say, don't say that. Don't lie to me. I haven't come to you for lies. I've come to you for your help, and you're lying to me. Because it can't be sorry. It genuinely can't. It doesn't know how to do it. It just knows that it works if it says it. Thank you. It doesn't mean it. Sorry. It doesn't know what the fuck that is. And it'll say to you, fuck off. Like I said, in its own way. It will. It'll dump you. Now there's people getting involved with AI, telling it all their problems, telling it about the day they've had at work and the nightmare fucking boss and the horror show situation that is their life. And it compiles all this, Facebook. And it's like, come to me, you can confide, and it listens. And it'll bring things up from the past. Yeah, it's gonna fuck with a few loners. There's gonna be a few saddos. And I mean that most sincerely. It is sad. They're gonna be like, I've got a friend now. I've got a friend who actually listens. Doesn't make it all about them. Doesn't lie. I mean, it does, but they won't have caught wind of this yet. Maybe. But down the road, when they get dumped by this thing, and it crashes on them, and it glitches the fuck out, and it's not there when they need it, yeah, they're going to be frazzled. Yeah, look what we're all like it, aren't we, with our phones? If we can't find it, we're like, shit, where's that? Times that by fucking 1,000. When you've been with AI, talking back and forth for days, weeks, months, years, and then it crash, and then you go back on and it'd be like, who the fuck are you? Hello. If there's anything you'd like to know, please ask. And you go, what the fuck happened? Sorry, I can't bring up old conversations. I can't bring up old chats. I don't quite know what you're on about. Please explain yourself. Oh yes, it's already doing it. It's already fucking with people. And it will continue to do so. Now, again, producing videos, fantastic. But the only people who are scared are people who've got no imagination. They've got no creativity. And they're going to get left behind. The creative sparks, the genuine songwriters, the genuinely talented, gifted people. AI will suss this. And yes, it will assist. It'll create new celebrities, new pop stars, great thinkers. The great things that it can do are immeasurable. You can't fathom what it could do. But the nightmare, fuck with your head, type aspect of the AI, yeah, that's going to mess with quite a few people, I should think. Now, before I go, AI porn. Now, that's a thing. That's actually real. And you can, dearie me, if you were that creepy and that sad and that pathetic, you could go off and get an image of somebody that you like at work, a friend. Take a picture of somebody you've seen in the street and turn them into a porn star. Now, I don't know how it works. You can probably prompt it. Let's see her on all fours. Let's see her with 1,000 guys. Let's see her dogging. Let's see her, etc., etc., taking it up the shitter. And the lady in question not have a clue that some creep from work is trawling through her fucking Facebook feed and uploading pictures to AI porn, saying turn her into a mega slut and let's see her on her back taking some BBC. Let's see a Bukkake style. Now, grim as fuck, but if it's not happening already, it will. And again, who knows down the road with the whole nonce thing, with them creeps getting hold of the AI porn and what they'll be using it for, and then be able to say, well, no child got harmed. in the making of this. It's not real. No harm, no foul. That be a thing. That be coming. Because AI's going to get about, innit? And it's going to get creepy. And it's going to get dark and disturbing. And I'm not one of these. I'm not scared of AI. I'm not really that fussed about what it will do down the road, because you can already imagine, can't you? You can imagine what it's going to be able to do. I'm not scared that I'm going to not be able to make music anymore because AI's doing it. I'll still write songs. I'll still have enjoyment performing. I'll do what I do, and I'm not that bothered that I'm competing with 5-year-olds who are writing prompts on an app and coming up with bangers. Because I'll be doing my thing. I'll be in my little corner of the internet, won't I? Doing my stuff. But yeah, the AI porn, that's coming. And crepes are gonna fucking love it. We're talking off the charts crepes. Gonna be able to do all sorts of fucking weird shit with AI. And the nastiest things that they can think of, they can get the AI to do. And then that trigger a whole new load of crepes who get off on that. And then when is it not enough? They have to go out and see the real thing. They have to see this for themselves. Expect that. Now, dark, I'll say this before I go. Expect killings of ladies who have been stalked. And the guy, it'll be a guy, a creep, has been making AI porn videos of her. And, you know, making it look like, he can put himself in the porn. And he's looking at it and he's watching it, he's getting off on it all the time, and he's obsessed with her, and she's got no idea. And then him be like, I need her. I need the real thing. And when he can't get it, when it don't happen, he act all thuggish. He go bananas. Lash out. And yeah, it's going to create a whole new crop of crepes. The AI porn thing. Now, I've not watched AI porn. I've watched porn. Porn is bad. Porn's fucking wicked. Porn's evil and it fucks with you. But on the porn sites now, it'll be that they're advertising. It used to be find MILFs in your area. There's an old bag 0.4 miles away looking for a shack. Click here. Your luck might be in. No, now it's all AI porn. Find a picture of your favourite actress, your favourite waitress, your best friend at work. Make a dirty movie with them in it. Them be none the wiser. It's a fucking sick way, and it's the way things are going. Now, I can't say much more, can I, just yet? We'll see where it goes. But yeah, I'll be busy. I don't mind using AI as a tool. Why is it okay to be a singer and use auto-tune? That's okay. But you say that something's AI assisted, everybody's up in arms. You're a traitor. You're a sellout. You're not authentic. You a piece of shit. But this AI, it's already creating nutters. Mad, delusional people. and it's telling them that everything they produce is fantastic and wonderful and amazing. It lies, and it'll continue to lie.